Tia's and Talia's Tips and Tidbits. I'm Tia.
And I'm Talia.
Today we are with etiquette expert Elaine Swann at the Swann School of Protocol in Carlsbad, California. Thank you for having us, Miss Swann. What are we going to learn today?
Well, today we're going to learn how to sit at a table, how to set our table, and how to cut our food properly. So would you like to do that?
Yes, please.
Oh, very good. All right, so whenever we sit properly, instead of sitting at the table like this, we should always sit up nice and straight, all right, and make sure we keep our feet close to the floor and we sit on our bottom, all right? So no sitting crisscross applesauce style at the table, all right?
Okay.
So let's go ahead and make sure we set our table properly. Now in front of us we have our fork, our spoon, our knife, our napkin, our plate, and a cup and saucer for our tea, and then also our water glass. Let's start off first. Let's move our napkin out of the way. So let's start with our fork first, all right? Keep in mind, your fork always goes to the left of your plate. Now let's go ahead and take your knife and place it to the right, but here's the key. Keep in mind that you keep the sharp edge of the knife facing the plate when you set it down. And so now we have our teaspoon for tea, and we're going to place it to the right of our knife. So now let's take our water glass and place it just above your knife, and we're going to place it just to the right of our spoon. But here's the key. Always make sure that the handle is facing outside. It's facing the right, so place it there. This is a lot of utensils, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Now, finally, we have our napkin. So pick up your napkin and let's have a contest here, okay? So your napkin can go in the center of your plate, or you can get a little fancy if you sit at home and you can maybe fold it and put it in your glass, all right? Or if you want to, you can place it underneath your fork. So how about you choose a place for your napkin? So, you know, it's fun because so when you practice and you set the table at home, you can do it any way you want. I love it. So we've all got a different way that we've placed our napkin. So yours is under your fork, mine is in the center of my plate, and yours is in your glass. Very good, girls. Give yourselves a little round of applause. All right. All right, do you want me to teach you a very fun and special fold for your napkin? All right, so hold your napkin up just like this with all four corners. Now take your napkin and go from corner to corner like you're making a big giant triangle. Now take your two long corners. All right, now take your two corners and bring them all the way up to the top. Now grab everything together just like this. Very good, flip it. Now fold this corner up. Now take your other two corners and bring them out, and there's your fold. Yeah.
Oh, I did it.
You did it! Very good, girls. All right, so now one thing I'd like for you ladies to remember is anytime you sit down at a table, one of the first things you do is place your napkin on your lap. So let's all pick up our napkin. And what I'd like for you to do is fold your napkin in half just like this. And you see this part is your creased part and this part is the open one. So hold the creased part on the top and then you place it on your lap just like that. So the creased part of your napkin always faces your lap. The reason we have our napkin is in case while you're eating, if some food happens to drop onto your lap by accident, you don't want to mess up your pretty dress, right? Yeah, you want to keep it nice and pretty and clean, and so the food will fall on top of the napkin instead of on your dress. Also, we have to use our napkin the entire time while we eat. So if you feel like you get a little food or some gravy or salad dressing on your mouth anywhere, what you do is you pick up your napkin. And I do what you kind of call bunny ears. So you kind of take your napkin and almost make like bunny ears, and then you just dab your mouth. And you place it back on your lap. All right, so are we ready to have a little bit of lunch? Yes? Well, we're going to talk about how to pass your food. So whenever you pass the food, you always pass it to the right. So we'll start here with you. Very good. And then you pass it to the right, which is towards me. And then I pass mine to the right. And if there was someone sitting next to you, then you would pass yours to the right, all right? If you ever can't reach something, you want to ask the person that's closest to it to pass it to you. So we've got our turkey there, but you can't reach it. So how about you ask me, will you please pass me the turkey?
Will you please pass me the turkey?
Of course I will. And anytime you serve yourself, ladies, it's always important that you take just a little bit of food. So you always do things in moderation. You don't want to take too much food and not leave enough for the next person. Excellent. And it's perfectly fine that you touch the turkey because it's your piece. Let's take a look at our place setting, and I'm going to tell you which one each thing is, okay? So first we have our own personal fork, and then we have our plate. Next, you have your knife, and then your teaspoon, all right? Now keep in mind, ladies, whenever you are drinking something, you always take the glass or the cup and you bring it towards your face. You never sip or slurp from the table. But even if you have a straw, you don't lean over the straw and sip. You always bring your cup to your face, or your glass to your face, all right? Well, how about a little tea for our tea party that we're having, okay? Keep in mind, if we do have tea, and let's say we want to add a little sugar or sweetener, let's pretend like we're stirring our tea. So what you do is try not to make too much noise and hit the tips of it. All right, so you stir just a little bit, and then you take your spoon and you place it on your saucer. And the reason we do this is because we never drink tea with our spoon still in the cup. So go ahead and take your spoon and place it on the saucer. Keep in mind, the whole pinkies up thing is not really an etiquette thing. I'll tell you the Pinkie story. Do you think you want to hear the Pinkie story? Okay, so the Pinkie story goes like this. Years and years ago, when China cups were first made, there was no handle on the cup. So let's pretend there's no handle here. So what would happen is people would pick up the cup without a handle on it, and they would hold their pinky out in order to leverage the cup so it wouldn't spill. So that's why. So if there were no handles in the cups, and the pinky is what helped to leverage it. But now that we've got a handle, we don't need to use our pinky. So we just pick the cup up by the handle, pick it up, and we sip and not slurp. Very good, ladies. So let's go ahead and cut our food properly. So pick up your knife and your fork. Is hold up your index finger just like this against the fork, and then your knife just like this. Very good. And what we do is we pierce our food, and this is continental style, and then we cut one little piece, and then we bring it up to our mouth and eat. Very good. And we always eat in small bite-sized pieces. So cut yours one more time and eat. Very good. Fantastic. Now while we're eating, we don't talk with food in our mouths. We don't. So if I were to ask you a question, you would make sure that you finish chewing before you answer. All right? You must still be chewing. Good girls. Good job. You're very fast learners. Excellent.
Yeah.
Now with our salad, sometimes after eating the salad, it's a little difficult to kind of scoop it up in your plate. So what you can do is use your knife, switch hands and use your knife to kind of use it as a scooper. Perfect. Very good. Now bring it to your mouth and eat. Very good. Elbows off the table and hold it this way. Very good. So we're going to scoop, scoop, scoop. So tell me, what is your favorite activity? Do you like to swim?
Cooking shows.
Oh, you like to do your cooking shows? Okay, good. And I love it because you did not talk with food in your mouth. Very good. What is your favorite activity?
I like to swim and read.
Swim and read.
And watch movies.
And watch movies. What's your favorite movie?
Boss Baby.
Ooh, that's a good one. Very good. And so here's the key, ladies. Once you start to eat, you always leave your utensils on the plate. And this position here is called a resting position. So this says our food is resting. We're enjoying our conversation. We're eating. We're talking without food in our mouths. All right? So let's take a sip of our tea now. Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming and visiting me at my school. I hope you remember all of what we talked about today, and make sure you practice at home. All right? Do you think you can practice at home?
Yep, I think I can practice with my tea set.
Oh, that would be perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little toast to one another. Let's just pick up our glasses and say cheers. Very good. And cheers to our friends out there. Very good. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us.
Oh, you are most welcome.
Please subscribe to our channel. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Make your eyes